Hi everybody, it's Jen from Scrap and Posh, and I am here with a Beebeecraft project, and today we're going to use the beads that I did in my last haul, and we're going to make some bottles like I made here. So we're going to use some beads and some bead caps. And I'll show you lots of use for bead caps. So these are the bead caps that I got. And I will put the item number on the screen and in the link to Beebeecraft in the description. So they come in all sorts of different sizes and shapes if you get the assorted pack, which is what I recommend. And they also come in gold and silver. So you get these little trumpet shaped ones that kind of look like little hats. And you get the larger ones. And there are smaller ones also. Let me find some. Oop. Yeah, there's a little tiny one. Which are, it's kind of, there's a very small one. They're all kind of imperative to giving yourself a little bit of variety. So here's the silver. And the best part about Beebeecraft, if you buy most of these like packs of stuff, they're going to come in a little box to keep them organized. I'm also going to get some gold. So you don't need much to make your little bottles, potion bottles, perfume bottles, whatever you'd like. So once you find out what you want and what you like, head on over to beebeecraft.com and use Posh5 for $5 off your orders of $40 or more. Because that way they know that you've seen it here and it gives you a discount. Okay, so super simple way to make little bottles and stuff. Bottles, potion bottles, medicine bottles, perfume bottles, what have you. I'm going to use glossy accents for my glue. Now, glossy accents is slow drying, but it does bond very well. So you can use E6000, you could use, you know, a lot of different things. The first thing I'm going to do, just for demonstration purposes, is cut down some paper because I won't be able to move them off the screen. So I just got some coffee dyed paper here. And we'll cut it in half again. I cut these in very small pieces, so I'll still be able to use this. Okay, I'm going to move all my trinkets out of the way. And then I got some beads from my stash because I only got a few things from Beebeecraft, but I'll point out where I got everything. So these end caps are great, and they're actually a lot less expensive than you would find them in your local craft store. And there's so many of them. So I'm going to take one of the larger end caps. Okay, so I take my large bead here, and this is from Michael's. I got it on clearance. It's like a strong bead. I'm just going to put the glossy accents around the base, and I'm going to put that and balance it right on top. Now this base is fairly flat, so I got a bead that had like a big cylinder cutout, so it would lay flat on there. And then we need a lid, and I think we can do this one, or we can do this one, and we can put it down or even up, but I think this one I want to go down. So the same, I'm just going to put this around the outside of that big opening, and I'm just going to set this bead right down on top. And then it needs a little handle, I think. So another, this was just like a spacer bead. It's like a gray, so it goes with. This is all silver motif I got going on. I'm just going to put the glossy accents right on top. This one I'm going to use some help from my tweezers. And we're going to set that right on top. Okay, and there is our first bottle. And I know you can't see it, but I'm going to snap a picture for you and you'll be able to see it in the video. Okay, we're going to move that aside so we can go to the next one. This one, this little piece of paper is a little distracting. It's got flowers on it, I think. Okay, now this one, we're going to use this red faceted bead, also from my goals. And this one is a round bead. It doesn't have any, the hole is very small. So I'm picking a bead base or an end cap that has a bigger hole in it so that it will sit on in the hole. And I'm using the gold. And we're going to put the red bead on top. And because it has that bigger hole in it, the red bead sits. We're going to put a dab of glue. And then I'm going to use this end cap here upside down for the top. And again, I'm going to use my tweezers for that one. Okay, and I'll insert a picture here so you can see what this one looks like. And individually, they may not look like a bottle or a jar, but once you get them all stacked up on the shelf, they do look like one. Okay, take more paper. I'll do a few more. And this time, let's do a small base, or how about one of the trumpet bases? You can use the trumpet bases, but they have a very small hole in them, so you have to find something that's going to balance on them. So we can try this out. I don't know if that's going to work. You may have to do it in sections, or you can use a head pin. So let's try the head pin, and for the head pin, using the head pin, I have a pair of wire cutters, and this is a head pin, and they have these at Beebeecraft. And I am going to put this right on the head pin, so it looks like this. And then we're going to put our blue faceted bead on there. And then for the lid, I'm going to use this blue teardrop bead from Beebeecraft, but I'm going to put it on upside down so it looks like a lid. So it's a very fancy bottle. And then I'm going to shoot a daub of glossy accents on the head pin, but then I'm going to put some hot glue in it. And the reason why I'm using the hot glue is because it's fast acting, but it's not going to permanently hold it. That's what the glossy accents is for. that's what this one's gonna look like. But what I'm gonna do, it's a little bent. My head pin must have been bent. Is I'm gonna take my wire cutters. I'm actually gonna take the top bead off. I'm going to take my wire cutters, I'm going to cut it just a little short of where that top bead's going to poke out because I don't want it to poke out. I don't want the wire to poke out. So that should be sufficient. Watch for flying objects, and because you put that hot glue in the bottom, the head pin's not going to sink. Otherwise the head pin would sink right down to the table and you would fight to keep it up. Okay, you put a dab of glossy accents on the head pin, and then you put your lid back on your teardrop bead. He's a little crooked right now, but we can straighten him up once he dries. And here is that fancy bottle. And if you get one that's too crooked, let's say I can't straighten that one out, you just lay it down on the table, looks like it's built. All good. Okay, let's see, what else do we have? Let's see, that one's... let's do... I'm trying to decide here. Alright, so we're going to take our two bead ends, and we're going to glue them together, one on top of the other. This is a large bead end and one of the trumpeted bead ends. And that's going to give me like a larger base. And then, let's see if I can find... You want something for the trumpeted bead end if you're not going to use the head pin. Oops. You want something with a larger hole. So let me go find that. So I got these beads. And again, they were from one of the string sets. I'm going to go all the way around the outside and set that right on top of that. It's going to make a really big, it almost looks like a vase at this point. And then for the top, we can layer those bases together again, or we can just put one of the smaller ones on. Either way, I think I like this little small one. It's going to fit right in this. Just fill the cap in. It's not really a cap, it's a hole. And then I'm going to put this right on top. And that's a fancy one. We'll do one more and then I'll show everything. So I have I kind of like these beads. And I think they'll sit pretty good on something flat. So I got another silver cap or end cap. The glossy accents on top of that again. Left my lid off the glossy accents too long here. Oh, there it is. Put this bead on top. And I'm going to use one of the tiny bead caps here. And then I think on top of that I'm going to put just this little tiny clear spacer bead to make it look like it has a handle. So just a drop of that glossy accents glue is all you need. Alright, and I will take a picture of that one, and then we'll show you everything all at once here. So head on over to beebeecraft.com and use Posh5 for $5 off your order of $40 or more. And thank you everybody. I hope you have a wonderful day. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.